Mr. Teo Chee Hean, Deputy Prime Minister and Coordinating Minister for National Security and Minister for Home Affairs and our patron for Halogen Foundation Singapore. Mr. Martin Tan, the co-founder and executive director of Halogen Foundation Singapore. Distinguished and honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very good evening to all of you. It gives me great pleasure and I'm honored to be here today for Halogen Foundation Singapore's Fundraising Dinner. Since our inception in 2003, we are persistent in our commitment to build young leaders that will practically change the world through the issues they believe in. The work of Halogen revolves around believing that every young person is a leader. We believe that leadership is not about people in positions of power, but people in positions of influence. We want to open the eyes of young people to see that they do not need a title to infuse positive influence. We champion leadership not for selfish gain, but for serving the community and the world. We believe that every young person is of great worth. We want to help build the right foundations through positive influence. We relish the opportunity to come alongside educators and parents to shape and sharpen what is within each young person. Having been on the board of Halogen Foundation Singapore for over 4 years now, I've witnessed the growth of work and also the team in Halogen. Halogen started in 2003 with 2 young men, one of whom is with us here tonight, Martin Tan, and Mr. Jeffrey Yip, who is overseas working or studying, Martin? PhD candidate. And they started with a fax machine in a home office. This is going to sound a bit like the Apple story. They worked hard and put together the first event to reach their first 1,000 students. 8 years on, Halogen now has over 100 volunteers, 8 full-time staff, 2 interns, 5 board members, and thankfully a new fax copier machine. I'm encouraged by the development of the organization to see their vision come to pass. To date, we have reached over 65,000 students through events, leadership training, and community projects. Our belief is that leadership development also requires the key influencers of youth as well. We've reached over 650 educators, i.e. teachers, principals, and parents, and are aiming for another 200 over the next 2 years. This is no mean feat, as it underlines the commitment Halogen has towards building a generation of young leaders. In 2009, when I was asked to be chairman, I agreed as I believe in the cause. To be honest, this is probably the hardest board to chair, as it's not easy to raise money for a charity that is involved in leadership training. To champion a preventative cause like leadership development is often not deemed as needful as many other worthy causes. But I believe it's a cause worth fighting for. If there's anything our world needs today, we need leaders. To quantify our direct impact is also a challenge. Leadership is a journey made up of many milestones that build on top of one another. One key milestone for Lee Min Xuan was her volunteer experience at one of Halogen's events. Through the event, she saw the potential and possibilities of bringing a like-minded youth community together. The following year, she organized a similar event in her school capacity, bringing together youth entrepreneurs around the region to learn from each other. She credits Halogen for giving her the courage to champion this in her school and for inspiring her to believe it is possible for young people to step up and take action on a global level. Today, she's preparing to launch a financial education online game targeted at children titled Play Mula. Armed with a passion to empower young children to gain financial literacy, she and her partner Audrey Tan had convinced angel investors to sow into their venture. Their venture had gained much traction in both the US and Singapore. The Singapore market is too small for her, and they're looking to pilot it here, but eventually roll it out worldwide. Can Halogen claim or lay claim to her current success? If the answer is yes, then how much of her success can be attributed to Halogen? One of the directions for Halogen in the coming years is to design and develop a rigorous impact assessment tool. We hope to add on local research capabilities to map the work we do with leadership core competencies that are needed 10 years into the future. However, one thing that excites me about chairing Halogen is that Martin and his team are not short of great ideas and the fervor to see it come to pass. To grow a charity in a youth space from an initial investment of $8,000 to where they are today is testament to their resilience, tenacity, and professionalism. Their pursuit of Halogen's cause with excellence and prudence is more than admirable. While the staff relentlessly pursue the mission, they take pains to keep everything as cost-effective as possible without sacrificing quality and excellence. In fact, I was just telling one of the staff that they're so cost-effective that they've halved their pay and they should be earning double what they're earning for the work they do. But they too believe in the cause. They treat each dollar with great care as they know that many have made personal corporate sacrifices in order to give to the youths. Every dollar goes into the holistic leadership development of youths that spans from training to action projects to research development. What sets Halogen apart is the fact that they're not a training company, but one that looks into the long-term development of youths as leaders. Halogen receives input from the Center for Creative Leadership, a global expert on leadership education and research, for their pedagogy and the design of their curriculum. Halogen also conducts the Leadership Challenge and the Student Leadership Challenge, leadership development programs. These programs are backed by over 30 years of original research and data from over 3 million leaders. So despite the challenges, the work of Halogen is one that I find most fruitful and meaningful. The future of our families, communities, nation, and the world is at stake. We're arming young leaders to solve the world's future challenges, develop their nation, bring positive changes to their communities, and grow their families. All this would not be possible without a team of 10 dedicated staff and a group of passionate volunteers who believe and sow into the lives of young people. It will not be possible without your support too. Just this year, there are 4 staff additions that is allowing Halogen to stretch its wings even further. I'm heartened by the quality of the staff that has joined and also the personal sacrifices that they've made to join us. I'm proud to lead this team of passionate people who have made this positive impact in our youths, families, and our nation. We've come so far, and I believe together with your partnership and your support, we can go further. With that, I wish everyone a very meaningful and enjoyable evening. It now gives me great pleasure to invite Deputy Prime Minister and Coordinating Minister for National Security and Minister for Home Affairs, and of course our patron of Halogen Foundation Singapore, to address us. DPM, please.